There's an unwanted grade in the trackwork on my N-scale layout. Today I'm going to get rid of that unwanted grade, and I will explain why I'm getting rid of it. And yes, you will see trains running in this video. Now don't go away, I will be right back. I'm Roy Smith. Thanks for joining me. We refer to the slope in model railroad track as a grade, and we express it in a percentage. For example, if you have 100 inches of model railroad track and a train climbs or descends 1 inch in that 100 inches, then the grade is 1%. Here's the unwanted grade on my layout. It may be hard to see the grade here in the video, but as this digital angle gauge shows, there's a decline of 1.5% as you go westward on the lift-up bridge until you reach the edge of the lift-up bridge, and that's followed by an immediate upward incline of 1.1% at the foot of White Mountain. Now this decline and incline isn't steep because both sides of it are less than 2%. But it does amount to a dip in the track, and I don't like it, so I'm going to eliminate it. You may be wondering, why does this decline-incline exist in the first place? Well, it exists because the upper level of the eastern helix begins to descend here as you go eastward. That's why. Now, a decline-incline like this may be entirely normal on model railroads, but as I said, I don't like it, and I don't like it for 3 main reasons. First, some of my trains speed up when going down the grade, and then slow up as they begin to climb the adjacent upgrade. Second, unwanted uncouplings sometimes occur on the grade when the couplers aren't perfectly matched. And third, I just don't like the way the track work looks. Besides, who knows when the Federal Railroad Administration might send out a team of inspectors to take a look at the track in this area of my layout. So I'm going to eliminate it, and I'm going to eliminate it the easy way without any actual benchwork construction. That is, without cutting and trying to re-elevate the plywood or foam subroad bed in this area of my layout. And besides, I want to get rid of it the easy way because I'm the world's laziest model railroader. Now then, before showing you how I'm going to do it, I have to say that track goes up and track goes down everywhere in the real world because even terrain that looks flat almost always contains undulations, that is, gentle wave-like changes in the topography. Real railroads grade the terrain to eliminate these wave-like changes in the terrain under the track, and they do this for various reasons. They want to improve drainage along the track. They want to keep the track as straight and as level as possible so that their trains can blaze across the wide open spaces without having to slow down any more than necessary. And they want to avoid derailments that poorly laid track can cause. If you take a look at real tracks, it's surprising how high above the surrounding landscape they often appear to be as a result of grading. And even though they have ups and downs, it's surprising how level they appear to be when you look at them as they cross the undulating landscape. So what's the easy way to get rid of this decline-incline on my layout? Well, the easy way is by using Woodland Scenic's incline-decline sets, and that's the way I'm going to do it. These sets are an ideal way to alter the elevation of your track quickly and easily. Each incline-decline set includes the high-density foam pieces you need to raise or lower the elevation of your track. They come in 2, 3, and 4% grades, but I always prefer to use 2% grades. There are 8 sections of this stuff in each package. Each section is 24 inches long, and at 2%, each section raises the elevation of the track by 1/2 inch. You don't need any expensive power tools to use these sections. You don't need to make any complicated calculations. You won't make too much of a mess when cutting them, and you don't need to have any prior experience to install them on your layout. All right, I've installed incline-decline sections on my layout, and now the track is almost level. At this point, I've glued the sections in place with just enough glue to hold them there until I get around to rebuilding this entire section of the layout, as I discussed in my previous video. And as for the track itself, I wouldn't normally glue it down just yet because I prefer to run trains through any new track configuration for a while before gluing it down permanently. But in this case, I had to glue the track on the lift-up bridge down right away to prevent it from falling to the floor when I raise the lift-up bridge, and I always raise my lift-up bridge to the up position when I'm not running trains so that I can come in and go out of the train room unimpeded. One more thing. I don't think it's necessary to put weights on Kato Unitrack when gluing it down as we normally do when using FlexTrack. Kato's plastic roadbed seeks to find its own level. In fact, I think it's better to let it float a little if it needs to, as it crosses sub-roadbed that may not be perfectly flat. The small gaps that you sometimes see under the plastic roadbed when you don't weight it down will easily be covered with ballast. And yes, I do ballast my Kato Unitrack. Of course, you may need to have grades on your layout, but long, gradual grades look better and work better than the kind of short dips in track work that I'm talking about in this video. I'm certainly not suggesting that a layout should look as flat as plywood. In fact, most of us model railroaders try to get rid of that flat plywood look using benchwork construction and scenery techniques. I simply prefer my track to be level for 3 reasons. First, because level track causes less jerking and lurching in train movements. Second, I prefer it to be level so that I don't have to constantly adjust my throttle to compensate for trains that speed up and slow down as they do on track that isn't level. And third, level track just looks better than undulating track to me. The terrain may rise and fall on my layout, but I don't want my track to rise and fall in a noticeable way. I don't want any roller coaster rides on my layout. And using Woodland Scenic's incline-decline sets to eliminating dips that may exist in the track work is a lot easier than trying to cut and properly elevate plywood. Now the fun doesn't have to end yet. Just click on these videos over here for more adventures in changing your track plans. As always, I'm Roy Smith. Until next time, happy railroading.